What's up guys, I know I haven't made a video in a little while, but I'm back again with a new video. This time a totally new theme, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So if you haven't been living under a rock lately, you've seen all the World War III memes, as well as all the crazy stuff that's been going on in the news regarding Iran and all the different fighting going on between different countries. So I decided to go with this theme and kind of give you an overview of some tips and tricks of what you could do to survive if there ever actually was World War III. Now whether I think that's actually going to happen or not, that's a whole nother video. But for this video, what I'm going to do is give you a breakdown of my tactical urban survival bag. Now what this is the type of bag you'd grab if you had to really just make a run for it and you live in the city, or if you know there's tons of fighters outside or rioting or looting. This is going to be your go-to bag to have ready, whether you keep it in your car or whether you keep it by your door in your room just to grab on the way out. So every state's going to be different on what you're allowed to own or not, so make sure you do follow all your laws regarding firearms licensing as well as any other controlled type things. Starting on the left side, let's start with this little pocket. So as I open this up, what I have here kind of jammed in here is a really cool, cheap, inexpensive kit, and what it is a trauma pack. And it's kind of a gunshot wound treating kit. It can be used for other major injuries that cause a lot of bleeding, such as automobile accidents or like recreational sport accidents. But I keep it in here with the purpose if there ever was a stabbing or shooting and that happened to me, I'd be able to quickly stop the bleeding. Now I don't recommend this is something you'd use normally, only in an emergency situation where you really need to get the bleeding under control. Now going into the main left compartment, what I have in here is, first thing is going to be a face dust mask. In a really dusty scenario, or if there's like lots of smoke or anything in the air that you don't want to be breathing in that's large particles, this is going to help you. Next thing I have in here is just a basic couple pairs of latex gloves, and these are good for treating other people's wounds, as well as you don't want to get anything gross in your hands, like other people's blood or other bodily fluids that could potentially have disease in them. Now the next thing I have in here is more of a tactical type thing, and what that is Riot Cuffs. And what Riot Cuffs are the zip tie cuffs that you'll see lots of police and SWAT officers using. Again, please make sure it's legal to have something like this in your state. Don't just go ahead and buy things aimlessly. These have big loops, and so in a scenario where you need to detain somebody, you'd simply grab them and kind of jam their arms through it, and then you just use your fingers and pull it tight, and then they're good to go. And trust me, nobody's going to be able to get out of them no matter how strong they are. It really has to be cut off. Now the next thing I have in here is just a basic medical kit, and what this is just all your basic first aid stuff for more smaller type everyday wounds, such as band-aids, some more gloves, some more bandages, as well as tweezers and stuff like that. In the small pocket here, what we have is actually a really versatile item that a lot of people don't even consider, and that's going to be a bandana. So I strategically went with some subdued coloring, and I went with an American flag, just if there ever was a big outbreak type scenario, people would be able to easily identify you. If you tie this onto your pants or wearing this in your face, that you are an American, but at the same time it is subdued, so you don't have those super bright traditional American colors that would kind of give you away and cause an untactical disadvantage. What I have in here is kind of range and shooting type accessories. So we have some ear protection, as well as I also have in here just some disposable earplugs, which is a lot easier to use since you can just throw them in and it won't get in the way since it's not bulky at all. What I have in here is getting to kind of some cool tactical stuff. And in here, if you can see, I have one of my favorite knives. And now, unlike a traditional outdoor survival knife, which would be a whole different category, this is a more tactical urban type knife. And the reason why I say that is it wouldn't really be great for wood, even though you could use it for that, but it does have lots of cool advantages. It's called the SOG Seal Strike knife, and it's supposed to be designed after what the Navy SEALs carry. So taking it out, one of the cool things about this knife is it's super grippy. It has all this metal inlay as well as texturing. So if you're wearing gloves, you can get a really good grip on it, as well as having this forward grip right here for your thumb to get even more grip. It also has a cool pommel on the back too, so if you need to break glass or do other type hammering work, you wouldn't completely destroy the knife. Now the next thing we have in the bag is a super important thing, and that's a flashlight. And unlike just your basic boring flashlight, this is a very bright flashlight. I don't remember the exact lumens on it, but it was a relatively cheap flashlight, but it had a really high lumen rating. It has a bunch of different modes. It has like your traditional mode, your bright, dimmer, SOS, strobing, and all that good stuff. So if you extend it, you can have a nice focus beam, or if you push it in, you can have a really wide beam to light up a whole room. The next thing we have in this front pocket is going to be actually a thing of pepper spray, and I would say either bring a thing of pepper spray or a taser, which would be even better. And the reason why it's good to have a less than lethal option is because there could be a situation where maybe there's rioting or looting and you don't really want to be shooting someone because you don't want to take it to that level. You do need to deter people and protect yourself, and this is why something like this would be good. And again, you can't have this in every state, so make sure you check your local laws. What I have in here is just a pair of fingerless gloves. This could be good to just give you a little bit more grip on your rifle, as well as protect your knuckles and give you just a little bit more padding in your hands. But since your fingers are still exposed, you can still use your phone and use electronics. Now another thing I have in here is just some cleaning supplies and stuff like that, more so for the range, but also if you were using your weapon a lot, you would have to actually clean it or else it would start to jam. What I have in this little pocket right here is a little thing of CLP, which is cleaner, lube, and protectant all in one. Also, I have some more basic type survival stuff in here. I have a flint and steel, which can be used in any type scenario to start a fire if you know how. Also in this pocket, I have some waterproof matches. Also in here, just in case, I do have some aqua tabs, which are water purifying agents, which you can put in your water if you need to get water from a stream or if the water source is kind of questionable. And then also I have another small little cleaning kit in here, as well as some different cleaning attachments for this foldable push rod. And the reason why it's important to have one of these is not only can you use this on a pistol to clean the barrel, but for your AR or whatever rifle you have, you can string it through and pull it through the other side with one of the cleaning pads attached or the brush attached, and it's going to help get out all that residue. Since I live in Massachusetts, like I said, we have to have all our guns ammo locked up at all times. So I have a little master lock on here. Now starting off in this main compartment, on the top, I just have some basic eye protection. Top of this main bag, what I have in here is a Speed Hawk, it's called. It's basically a tomahawk, but it's their branding that SOG does. I'm a really big fan of SOG products simply because they're affordable and they're relatively good quality. And you might be asking why I would have this. So this is under their tactical collection. The reason why I like this is because it actually serves a lot of purposes. So if you were in a scenario, I know a lot of you guys like to think about zombies and stuff like that. Like I said, manual weapons can't run out of ammo, so you have endless ways to attack with this. And unlike a traditional tomahawk or an axe, you have your regular side here, but you also have a kind of a glass breaking penetrating side here, which will be used to break a window. It can be used to penetrate something that was really hard to get into. And also you have some loops too, if you wanted to tie this onto a stick to make it a longer type spear. What I have in here is my go-to 9mm pistol, and what it is a Knick TP9. And the cool thing about this gun right here is not only is it a great, reliable, accurate gun, but it's really affordable and comes with just a ton of stuff, and it's really great bang for your buck. So it actually comes with this hard ABS style holster, which snaps into place, which is nice. And you just have this beautiful gun right here. I like to go with 9mm personally because the ammo is in abundance, usually most places you go, as well as it has minimal recoil, as well as a decent amount of stopping power. Now, like I said, don't go out and buy some gun illegally. Make sure you follow the laws, become a licensed gun owner if that's required in your state. I have 2 magazines. I have a second magazine in here as well, and I have it loaded up with my favorite ammo, which is the Hornady Critical Defense. Unlike regular self-defense carry ammo, that just simply has a hollow point. If you can see here, it actually has a little bit of plastic at the very end, filling in that hollow point. And the reason for this is if you were in a winter type scenario and people are wearing super thick denim jackets or just really big puffy jackets and that hollow point goes through, it might get clogged up with the fabric. And what could happen is then it will prevent it from expanding properly and won't have much stopping power. Now the next thing in here is just some more ammo. I usually actually have even more ammo than this in this bag, but I went to the range recently so I used a lot of it. The thing I'd recommend is if you do conceal carry every day like me, I actually happen to have a Smith & Wesson Bodyguard on me right now, which is a great little gun to keep in your shorts or some small outfit that's hard to conceal carry in. I just recommend having an extra backup thing of ammo for that weapon, simply because if it's something you're going to be carrying every day anyway, you could run out of ammo, and just having some more just in case could never hurt. Now, this is just a bug-out bag, last minute thing you'd grab on your way out. If you were obviously going to war, I would hope you would have a more adequate firearm like a rifle. And I actually do own quite a few rifles and shotguns, but the reason why I'm not showing them in this video is because If you just were looking for a small bag you could keep in your trunk or by your door, you're not gonna be able to really accommodate a full-size rifle or anything like that. If you do like this type of video, go ahead and subscribe because I love doing this type of content. And let me know if you have a bug out bag, what you do in yours, or have any questions about the products you've seen. Go ahead and leave that in the comment section below. Alright guys, peace.